Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to show you what is a scholar's mate and how you can avoid it when you're playing black. Typically, the scholar's mate starts with e4, black plays e5, and white goes for queen h5. If you know the opening principles, you very well know that queen coming out very early in the game is not a great idea, and white violates the principle and brings the queen so early, which black can very well punish if he knows how to handle the situation correctly. Now, let's say black tries something like g6, which is not a great move. Then white goes on to grab this pawn with a check on the king and knocking off this rook on h8. So white's idea will be proven advantageous if black goes on to play g6. So what are his options? Of course, the threat is this pawn, and black needs to find a way to defend it. And knight c6 is the right response. This is how you should defend if you are playing black. Now, white comes up to bishop c4, a very sneaky move. If you look carefully, there is something that white attempts to do here. If black doesn't realize the threat and plays a natural move like knight coming to f6, this is a huge mistake. Can you find the scholar's mate? I give you about 10 seconds. Feel free to pause the video and find out what should white do here. All right. I hope you have taken the time. The correct answer is queen goes to f7, delivering a checkmate. With the help of the bishop sitting down here, the queen reaches here, giving a check, and the king has nowhere to go. All the squares are controlled, so it's a checkmate. And this is what we call as scholar's mate. Typically, every beginner would attempt at some point in their career. So how can you avoid falling into the trap of scholar's mate? What are black's best response here? So if you are playing black, there are a few things that you can do. One, you can add more support to this by bringing it here. Or you can also bring this knight to h6 to protect the f7 pawn. Or you can push g6, which I strongly recommend because it directly avoids all the threat, attacks the queen, which has moved too early into the game. Now, let's say the white has to retreat his queen, of course, but there are two options. He can either come back here, which is at least, a decent move. But if he's so insistent of continuing this attack, going here and then delivering a checkmate, then black can continue to develop his piece without having to worry about anything. Now, let's say white tries something like knight c3. You can see knight jumping onto d4, attacking the queen. So what are the threats here? Now, queen is under attack. Black is also attacking this pawn here, which will lead to a fork. Obviously, the best move for white is to get back. And that's how black can avoid falling into this scholar's mate and also enjoy a very good comfortable position. You can see that the knight is well settled in the center, protected by a pawn. Knight is developed, and this pawn is pushed. Maybe you can fianchetto and then castle. Black is far ahead in terms of its development as compared to white. White really have lost his initiative and tempo, which is the right to play the first move and then develop the pieces faster and launch an attack. White had that advantage of playing the first move, but he didn't utilize it very well. And that's how you can deliver a scholar's mate as well as black player try to avoid falling into this trap. I hope you enjoyed this trap, and I will come up with more videos. Stay tuned. Thank you.